All right, welcome race fans. Welcome to IndyCar Brazil here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Right now we're in the practice session. We're getting ready to go to qualifications. Race number 2 in the 2018 season here in the Formula Indy Killer Pro Series, IndyCar Brazil. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Thanks for joining us. 70 laps here at IMS tonight. Should be fun right now, following Carlos Leite as he makes some laps here in the practice session. Getting word from the drivers that this is kind of a loose setup, so watch for these cars really coming off the turns for the back end to step out a little bit. Not sure how these guys are going to be able to work on these cars during the race to tighten them up, but I suspect once maybe the front tires start wearing out a little bit, they'll tighten up somewhat. And up behind somebody, you may get a little bit of a tightness scenario there for the car. So should be going to qualifications here fairly soon. It'll give us a chance to start our official broadcast. All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Let's step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. NASCAR Total, IndyCar Brazil heads on into Indy tonight. That's right, IMS, it's home for me, boys and girls. 70 laps here, race number 2 in the 2018 Formula Indy Killer Pro Series. And it's going to be live right here on TurnLeft TV. It's Indy. That's right, IMS. It's why these cars exist, boys and girls. Everybody wants to win at Indy. Find out who it is tonight. Right here on TurnLeft TV. Thanks so much for joining us. Right now, we are in the practice session, getting ready to go to quals. Guys, getting some final adjustments here. Taking a look at Jair Oliveira. Makes a few laps here. Got a fast car. I was talking to JJ a little earlier tonight, and he said this is by far his favorite track. I've seen him race here in Indy cars, also in stock cars. He is a master at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So we'll see how one of these Brazilian guys fares tonight. These guys really, really big race fans, man. Just passionate about racing. Really all forms of racing. That's Formula 1, DTM cars, GT Series cars. They've got some great stock cars there in Brazil as well. What a great series that is. I watch that once in a while on YouTube. And don't forget these Indy cars. And hey, man, there's a fair number of these guys that race these stock cars too, man. So very fun to watch these guys. Yeah, it looks like we're going to qualifications here. Take a look at the track here while these guys make their laps in qualification. So, of course, it's Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the famed oval of Indianapolis isn't really an oval. It's kind of a big rectangle, right? The 2.5 mile famed rectangle there at IMS. Been here many times to see Indy races and also stock car races. I've even seen some IROC cars go around this track. Banking in the turns at 9.2 degrees. You really want to think about those short chutes too to set yourself up for turns 2 and 4 to get a good run down those the back stretch and the front stretch here. So going to have good pit stops. It's really not a real super technical track, but it's really about corner entry and setting yourself up for the short corner exit there of 2 and 4 through the short chute. So what a great track, and it's going to be a fun one here tonight, right here on TurnLeft TV. We'll take a look at the current point standings. Ed Palumbo has a little bit of a lead here in first over Edson Luis, who sits in second place with 43 points. Sullivan Gardena in third, not able to make it out this evening. He's in third place there, 40 points. Benor Silva shown in the fourth position. Jose Carvalho is fifth. Edelson Carnero is in the sixth position. Jair Oliveira is seventh. Eders Megel sits in the eighth position. Julio Caligare is ninth, and rounding out the top 10. Really, it's those guys there that had some sort of a penalty or not able to make it there. Tony Reiner, Elder Mueller, Miguel Braga, and Carlos Leite. So all tied for that 10th position after one race. What a great series this is going to turn out to be, man. Already had a very exciting first race at Talladega. Of course, tonight, 70 laps here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And, on October the 11th, back in action for another 70 lapper there at Texas. Man, these Indy cars are great at Texas. And look what follows that on October the 25th, Michigan International Speedway. Can you believe it? Look at these big tracks here. Talladega, Indy, Texas, Michigan. And then Homestead is another fantastic track that's coming up on November the 8th. Iowa, a little short track action and really switching it up. Switching gears, turning left and right. They're at Cleveland Road Course on December the 12th, 50 lapper there to crown the champion in IndyCar Brazil's Formula Indy series. So should be a great race tonight, of course, and we've got some great ones coming up to you for you here on TurnLeft TV. And I'm sure throughout the race we'll be taking a look at that schedule again, revisiting that. So right now, following Jose Carvalho, 41.466 is second on the grid. Eders Megel is our top qualifier so far, 41.425. Take a look at some of these other guys here coming out. This is Benor Silva. Got the camo paint scheme. Number 87 car there, Benor Silva. Expect him to be lightning quick here tonight as well. I'd like to say hello to all our folks watching here on YouTube, whether you're watching it live or watching it as a post-race broadcast. Thanks for joining us. Always appreciate all of the folks coming out. And, Benoit Silva spinning that car into the inside. Oh, my heavens, man. The wing comes off that. Definitely going to butcher up that qualification attempt there. Expecting for him to be a factor, definitely a factor there during the race. Here is Carlos Leite at 54 car. Always appreciate Carlos Leite's work in helping do some translation when we're get one of the Brazilian gentlemen winning the race. He's, of course, throughout the season in the NASCAR stock cars that I broadcast for these guys, he did a great job and lent his support. And he's one of the few guys here that speaks both languages, English and Portuguese, and greatly appreciate all his efforts there. One of the nicest guys out here on the track, no doubt. All these guys just fantastic racers and have been so welcoming to me. I've competed against these guys in several different race series, but also broadcast some races for them in stock cars and Indy cars, even GT series cars. I think we did an endurance race one night as well. But these guys have always been very, very welcoming and great passionate race car drivers. So it just makes me feel at home, even though I'm learning a little bit of Portuguese. Boa noite and obrigado and boa sorte. I can say a few things here. So I'm learning, man. It's taking me a little bit. Take a look at Jair Oliveira. And really through sim racing, had a chance to meet and race a lot of laps with JJ. We call him JJ. A guy that could get in just about any car and be competitive in that. So known JJ for a while, very good friend on and off the track. So it looks like Jair Oliveira is the top time so far, 40.601. Edelson Carneiro currently second. Ed Palumbo is third. Carlos Leite shown in the fourth position. Julio Calagare is fifth. Carlos Leite says, I'm not done, man. I got something to say about that. He's still out here on the track. He's right now fourth, 41.054. Lap number 2. Maybe lap number 3. 41.054 right now the time for Carlos Leite. Tonight's race is brought to you by IndyCar Brazil. Man, these guys do all sorts of great racing. They've done stock cars, they do Indy cars, DTM cars, GT Series cars. There's a lot of stuff. Legends, these guys do a lot of different types of racing. That's what makes it so fun right here with IndyCar Brazil. And of course, this is TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. So thanks so much for joining us tonight. Should be a great one. So it looks like Jair Oliveira is the top time here. He's going to have the pole position, 40.601. Starting on the outside is Edelson Carneiro, 40.671. And Palumbo qualifies in the third position. Carlos Leite is fourth. Julio Calagare fifth. Carlos Leite says, I can get another lap in. Oh, I know what he's going to do. He's going to DQ himself so he can go to the back of the field. That is just dirty pool right there. I understand that, man. Sometimes you don't want to get up there in the mess at the beginning of the race, but it's going to push him to the back of the field there. Looks like 7th now on the grid. And several guys there have decided to start in the back. So Jair Oliveira, top time, 40.601. So good job to JJ. Take a look at him. He's still on the car, man. That's how excited he is. You look at the famed pagoda. You see those suites down there. I actually had a chance to, the first few years of the Brickyard, to go to practice sessions and set up there in that deal. And then inside those is a nice little bar and dining area in each one of those suites. It was nice. And then we got to rent the pit passes and go down and enjoy meeting some of the drivers. And it was very, very fun. And that right there is my my claim to fame, is I almost got run over by Kyle Petty right there. I was crossing over, and yeah, that wasn't the right time to do it, apparently. He was coming out. Revved his engine. I'm sure he remembers that. That's my claim to fame, man. Again, Palumbo here coming out on the track in that 7 car, that mellow yellow Chevy. I don't know who painted that, but that guy is a master. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and joining me on YouTube, letting me to, allowing me to bring you these races and enduring the broadcasts. I know I got more and more folks coming out and joining in, so I greatly appreciate all those folks who come in week in, week out, and lend some chat and also suggestions on how I can improve this whole deal. So I greatly appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. Got a few minutes left here in the warm-up session, and then we're going to make it happen. 70 laps at Indy. Oh, and you see that back end of that car stepping out right there on Ed Palumbo, just to give you an idea how slick it is here with this setup. So the back end wanting to step out there quite loose. You're going to have to be very, very careful there, cautious, definitely the first few laps of a green flag run. You saw that car even get loose right there going in. Make sure we get this broadcast shared out where it needs to be shared. So give us a moment here. Elder Mueller here making his laps in the warm-up session. About a minute and a half to go here before we get her going. All right, here we go. So the 17 car of Jair Oliveira starting on the pole. Starting in the second position is Edilson Carneiro. Starting in third is Ed Palumbo, that 7 car. Starting in the fourth position is Julio Calagare. Benar Silva starts in the 5th position. Jose Carvalho starts in the 6th spot. In 7th is Carlos Leite. Starting in the 8th position is the 82 of Eder Schmegel. Starting in 9th is Edson Luis. And starting in the 10th position is Eldor Mueller. So 70 laps here at Indy. Oh, looks like they're going to do a little bit of a restart here. I guess somebody waiting to get in. So a little bit of a restart here. Uh-oh. We won't tell the boss. So we'll do this all over again. In case you're wondering what that noise is, it's like one of those things in the game. We all think that's kind of annoying, but it's one of those things in the game. It's like when the car's sort of bouncing around there when we switch over to race, as they enter the garage area and what have you. All right, here we go. It's like 11 drivers joining us now. So Jair Oliveira in the 17 car starts on the pole. The 02, the 09 of Edilson Carneiro starts in the 2nd position. Ed Palumbo in the 7 car starts in 3rd. The 33 of Julio Calagare starts in the 4th position. The 87 of Benar Silva starts in 5th. The 99 of Jose Carvalho starts in the 6th position. 54 of Carlos Leite starts in 7th. Eder Schmegel starts in the 8th position in that 82 car. In 9th is Edson Luis, that 44 car. And the 02 of Eldor Mueller starts in 10th. Okay, I think everybody's ready to go. I know I'm ready to go. So Jair Oliveira is our pole setter here, and again, he said this is really his favorite track, so expect big things from JJ. Remember, this track is, the setup is loose, so these guys are going to have to be really, really patient. Let this thing play out here. Let these cars sort of warm up. The tires get worn out here just a little bit, and maybe the back end won't step out so much. So here we go. This is race number 2. The 2018 Formula Killer Pro Series. Looks like we got one more lap here under pace speed. And we'll take a look at the current point standings where we got a chance here. Ed Palumbo is a 48 points there in first. Edson Luis shown in the 2nd position. Sullivan Gardena, who could not be here tonight, in 3rd. Benar Silva sits in the 4th position. Jose Carvalho is 5th. Edilson Carneiro is in the 6th position. Jair Oliveira is 7th. Eder Schmegel sits 8th in points. Julio Calagare is 9th in points. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 70 laps. Get things going here, going down the backstretch here, entering turn 3, so we should be going green this time by. I hope. See Edilson Carneiro on the outside line there in that 09 car. Palumbo in third. In the 7 car, Julio Caligari in the 99 is in fourth. Here we go, the pace car is in. Let's get through turns 1 and 2. Maybe get a few laps under our belt and then start making it happen.
Green flag, green flag.
Green, 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 here we go. Drag race down into turn 1. Jair Oliveira able to clear that 09 car. So far, so good. Heading on into turn 2, out of turn 2, down the backstretch. Nelson Carnero looking on the inside line. Maybe trying to make a pass here on the 17 car. Side by side. Oh, a little contact right there. A little bit of contact. Does make that pass. So Jair Oliveira back to the 2nd position. Luis here making a pass here on the inside line, taking over the 7th spot, so that 44 car moving forward. Jose Carvalho moves back to 8th. Good tight racing back there, and look at this, Jair Oliveira trying to get back by the 09 car. Down on the inside line as they enter turn 1. The 17 car down on the inside. Side by side. Oh man, you see the 09 car, they're stepping out. The back end of that car wants to come around, so very, very patient. Good driving. We got a caution flag here. Got a caution flag here.
The road is closed, bud.
So Julio Caligari may have come around. Now enters Magel here a little bit earlier. Looks like he came off the track. And, I suspect that car, you see that car just gets loose, man. He's trying to catch this thing, and oh my heavens, man, that is some great driving right there. Oh, and then contact, oh my heavens, he has got a lot of contact right there. That might have been Elder Mueller making contact. You see, he's coming around here and trying to get around the 82, and then, ooh, man, just a little bit of contact right there in the 82 car into the wall. And that is not what brought out the caution flag here. So let's take a look at this again. This is the this is Elder Mueller in the 02, and there's contact right there in that 82 car, hard into the wall, and that is not what brought out the caution. Looks like Julio Caligari might have come around here, and again, the back ends of these cars, you see they're coming off the turn, and that is hard contact on the inside wall, and he comes back across the track and hits the outside wall, and that is hard. That is a hard lick right there. Man, and that car is toast, I think. He is just done. This is on board here with Julio Caligari, and you're going to see this car, man. See, it just comes around on him, and he's trying to catch it. He hits the inside wall, and then comes back across the track for a hard hit right there. Man, that was a hard lick there. Hopefully he's okay. Take a look here as you see this car stepping out right there, and he smacks this inside wall, and that car comes up off the ground and then across the track and in hard into that wall, and that is some terminal damage right there to the 33 car. What a tough break there early on for the 33, but we had mentioned, you know, it's one of those deals where this is a challenging setup here. It's not really a challenging track, but it's a challenging setup. Edelson Carnero is the race leader in that 09 car. 17 of Jair Oliveira is in 2nd position. Ed Palumbo sits in the 3rd position. Benor Silva is 4th. So a long way to go here, and got a couple of guys here with some damage. Edders Magel, I would suggest to you that he is probably going to be coming in and getting that car repaired. And you see there's no wing on that front wing on that car, so he's lost that wing. You see no wing there. He made hard contact with that the 02 car and into the wall, and then lost that wing. Looking out of the back of the 02, you see the 82 of Edersmagel. Pit road is open. So he does come down pit lane, the 82 car. So some of these guys staying out here. The 09 staying out, 17-7 also staying out. 87 here, Benor Silva also staying out, as well as Edson Luis. So it looks like Elder Mueller also staying out there. Now Elder, I can't help but think that he has probably a little bit of damage there. Remember, contact with the 82 car, so probably a smidge of damage there. Not too much, I wouldn't imagine. I would say probably some right side damage for that car. Well, coming up on Friday, the Bushwhacker Series will be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's stock car sim racing's really their entry-level stock car series on Friday nights. They're 235-lap heat races and a 70-lap feature race. It's race number 3 in their 2018 fall season. So Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the Bushwhackers Series coming up on Friday. Now it does look like Jair Oliveira has, oh, he's fainted, man. I thought he was going to be pitting that car, and he just faked it, didn't he? Now that's not very nice, man, to fool the broadcaster guy. Broadcaster guy's had a busy week. Had a conference to go to on Tuesday and Wednesday at Indiana University. And then tonight I had a cross-country meet I had to score. Had 47 runners in the boys race, so a lot of runners there, and some great action. Always fun watching the cross-country teams compete. And then we drove like a maniac. I'm just kidding. We drove back here and got things set up to broadcast this race tonight. So it's been a busy week for me, to say the least. I'd like to say hello to any and all of my students who might be out there watching. I know some folks have gotten wind that I do some of this stuff and like to check it out. They once in a while they'll ask me about it. I'm broadcasting a race. When's the next one? Some kids that are race fans. I think a lot of them just YouTube crazy. They love seeing streaming and stuff on YouTube. So I'm brave enough to stream my first-person shooter action, because that just means me getting killed a lot. Now, Jair Oliveira trying to fake again that he was coming in. I knew it. I knew that was coming.
It'll be 1 to go.
Now, we are getting a 1 to go. There are some guys who were legitimately on pit lane, like Carlos Leite's on pit lane. Looks like Jose Carvalho also on pit lane in that yellow painted machine. As my friend would call it, a Honduca 99 car. Well, so we're getting a 1 to go, and in the IndyCar series, it's single file restarts here. So Edelson Carnero is the race leader. Jair Oliveira is second. Ed Palumbo sits in the 3rd position. Benor Silva is 4th. Edson Luis shown in the 5th position. Edersmagel has got that car repaired, I think, and now back out on track, shown in 6th. So they popped that front nose cone off there, put another one on with a wing on it, and hopefully good as new. Coming up on Tuesday, October the 2nd, the Next Level Racing Series will be back in action with a fun run at Apple Valley Speedway. 79 lapper there. 2018 summer fun run portion of their season. So they'll be back in action here, I'd say in several weeks they'll be back full real.
Green.
All right, back to green. Here we go. Edelson Carnero. Oh, gonna get blocked on the inside there. The 17 car looks like he wants around early. Ed Palumbo there. Looks like Ben or Silva beside him are going to take over that position. Ed Palumbo up on the high line there. May end up losing another spot. So now back to the 5th spot. That 7 car, man, they got around him before, I think, turn 1, or maybe coming off turn 2. So that 7 car there got some work to do. One more here with Ed Palumbo. He was the one who was saying that this car is loose here coming off the turn, so you may hear him get out of the throttle and wait a while before he mashes that throttle to go down the straight. Side by side, Edelson Carnero and Jair Oliveira. Jair Oliveira in the 2nd spot. On board here with Edelson Carnero as Jair Oliveira runs behind down the backstretch. Good run in that Honda on the 17 car. He's going to try to make a move. He's up to the high side here, so these cars really dance around, and the closing rate on these cars is very, very quick. It isn't a stock car, I'll tell you that right now. That's Luis here running in the 4th spot. He's watching this action. He's up on the high side. You see that car stepping out just a little bit. Oh, he makes a little bit of contact with the wall right there. We got a race for the lead as Jair Oliveira takes over the lead, but right behind him is Ben or Silva, an 87 car. Edelson Carnero tucks in 3rd position. So Jair Oliveira back to the race lead. Edson Luis here gives up the 4th position. Ed Palumbo gets back up to 4th. Then Edelson Carnero goes back by, so good racing there between the 7 and the 44. That's just some great racing right there, tight racing. So Edson Luis and Ed Palumbo running in 4th and 5th. Edders Mago here running in the 6th spot here, kind of out by himself right now. And, you know, that car may have enough damage, enough suspension problems that he's not able to really maintain up here with the race leader. So, nonetheless, he's in the 6th position right now, that 82 car. Again, side by side, Ed Palumbo now trying to take over the 3rd spot maybe. Carnero in 5th, Ed Palumbo in 4th, I should say. And Edson Luis has taken over the 3rd spot there in that 44 car. So some good hard racing here. Edson Luis, Ed Palumbo, Edelson Carnero. We'll take a look at this pass as Edelson Carnero in that. Edelson Carnero, man, that car he was burning the tires off that thing, and those guys get by. So the 44 and the 7 going by. The 7 go by there on the low line. So, man, we've got some racing going on right now. So Edson Luis up to the 3rd position. This racing back here just will not go away, man. This is the 09 and the 7 racing for position. The 7 of Ed Palumbo right now in 4th. Edelson Carnero in 5th. And it is a race that just a battle that is not going away. Another battle that's not going away is this 17 car and that 87 car. Jair Oliveira and Ben or Silva. These guys have a lot of race wins under their belts, and they know how to be patient, how to be there at the end. Benor Silva got a lot of championships under his belt as well, so and he can drive just about anything. Take a look at Carlos Leite running in the 7th position in that 54 car, closing in on Eder Smagel. Smagel there crossing the start-finish line, entering turn 1, and you see Carlos Leite really closing in. Oh, contact right there for the 82 car. Some more contact with that outside wall. And as a 54 car gets by. Back up here with a 44 car. This is good battle here. Like I said, it wouldn't go away. Edson Luis in 3rd. Ed Palumbo is 4th. Edelson Carnero in 5th. Jair Oliveira has a little over a 2nd lead on Benor Silva right now, so he has got a car. It looks like it is really spot on here long in the run, or late in the run here. These guys start to get things wound out. Like I was saying, I was talking to JJ in the practice session, and he is really excited. Really excited about this track. He loves this track. I've seen him race this in stock cars too. So the 17 car, Soul Drivers AV. Honda race leader, but I'll tell you what, Benor Silva is closing in, man. He's got that lead within a 2nd now. So looking out of the front of that camo paint scheme, Benor Silva in the 87 car, patient. This guy is patient, and he's always seems to be there at the end. It just sometimes when it seems like that the 87 car is having an off night and he's back there in the pack, he just sort of meticulously chips away, puts one driver behind him at a time, and he finds himself there at the end. He's just a great driver at saving his tires and maximizing that long run car. And oh, we have a caution flag here. Caution flag here as Jair Oliveira is going to take the caution. Benor Silva shown in 2nd, Ed Palumbo 3rd. Take a look and see what happened here. Getting some word that maybe Edson Luis might have come around here. So there's Eder Smagel, Edson Luis. Oh man, that car is there's no rear tire on that car, so he has definitely got some major problems. Looks like he is, and that car's not running here, so hopefully everything's okay with him. Maybe he's lost his connection. I'm not sure. Not seeing any effort here to clear that car off the track. So definitely looks like the 44 there of Edson Luis is out of the race. And we'll take a look and see what happened to Edson. See that car stepping out right there and then slaps back into, that car just snaps. And, man, he hit hard too. I mean, hard. You see there's no tire on that, so he's lost that back tire there. And, man, you see this thing, he gets loose right here. See the back end of that car. And then it snaps around on him. You see he's going to catch it, and the thing's going to snap head on into the wall. And then leaves a tire there on the track, and part of that car there laying out in the. So hopefully, no guys aren't going to hit that thing. I'm behind the fence there, but hopefully, guys are going to miss that tire that's up on that outside wall. These guys coming by. So what a tough break there for Edson Luis, and that 44 car is in big time trouble, and hopefully he's going to be okay. we'll take a look. See if we can't take a look here from another perspective here. There we go. The 7 car there. We'll take a look from the 7 car's point of view. See that car snaps around right there and then smacks the wall. And then more contact with the wall there as Ed Palumbo is able to sneak by. So really sorry to see that for Edson Luis. He was having such a good race. And that's just how quickly he was running in the 3rd position, and that's just how quickly that thing can get away from you because, again, we said that the car's loose coming off the turn, and you saw he was really trying to catch it. Oh, we got contact here coming into the pits. Jair Oliveira involved. Also, Benor Silva might have made contact there. And that is... Oh, that's a game changer right there, I think, for Jair Oliveira. Oh, no, man, that is some serious problems right there. I'm not sure what happened. Take a look here. This is on board. And you see, oh man, the 87 just hits him in the back end. And that car comes around, obviously. So we're going to watch this, man. This is JJ coming in, and then you're going to see the 87 car really hedging hard here and making contact. Oh man, that's some hard contact right there. And I am sure that Benor Silva is has got some damage as well. You know, JJ's got some damage. Yeah, I just don't know here. This is on board here with Benor Silva, and oh man, he just makes contact right there. And then you see just all heck break loose there as JJ Smart there gets that car down on pit lane, but man, that thing is going to have some damage now. The whole back wing is off of that thing. So you see these guys coming down, and I don't see any overt damage there to the 87 car, but he undoubtedly has some damage. And then we know you see the 17 missing that back wing. I think he's got a wing put back on that thing, but now just got to wonder to myself how much damage this 17 car has that's not really repairable. So we'll see how it affects him. Definitely some contact. It's challenging, man. You know, take your eye off the game there just a little bit, and things can get away from you. Ed Palumbo is shown as the race leader here. Edelson Carnero shown in second. Jair Oliveira is third on the grid, but he is actually making another pit stop here. Question mark? I think that might be the case. There we go. Got that backed up to live. So it does look like the 17 car coming back down pit lane, getting the one to go. Sole driver's AV number 17 car. And I just got to, you know, I always feel like whenever I'm racing, I always feel like, man, whenever I've gotten a little bit of damage there, I just always got this psychological feeling there. You know, the car's just not going to be up to speed, and you know, certainly when you go back to green, you're kind of wondering what's going to happen here when you go into turn one. So Ed Palumbo is the race leader, and we got some big drivers here that have had some problems tonight. So we'll see. Ed Palumbo won the first race at Talladega, is our points leader. That mellow yellow Chevy. So we'll see how that shakes out for Ed. Getting the one to go here, 24 laps in. Again, 70 lapper here tonight. And I'd like to thank everybody for joining us right here on TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Pace car is in. Here we go. Back to green. These guys trying to catch back up, man. Things happening in a hurry here. So here we go. Back to green. Cannot pass on the left side through the turn. Pass on the right or you get a little bit of a penalty. Eder Smagel here up on the outside line, and JJ, the 17, going to go by. So Eder Smagel and that Jack Daniels sponssored machine. See Benner Silva down on the inside here, seeing if he can't get that car moving back forward. Eder Smagel having a tough time here with this car. You know, he's got some damage he's had repaired. Guys here maybe getting oh, we got a big mess here, big mess. The 0-2, also Carlos Leite involved, and I think these guys right here are serving a drive-through, and they're going to have to do it again, I think, because they're not going to be able to serve that drive-through under yellow. So as they were serving their drive-through penalty, Carlos Leite, and I believe Jose Carvalho might have gotten together here. Actually, it might have been Elder Mueller involved. Take a look. Take a look here. This is side by side right here, and you see Carlos Leite peeling off the track, and it looks like he's wanting to pit this car. Man, he is on the brakes hard, and he comes back out. He's trying to miss, and he comes back out and hits the 0-2 Elder Mueller and Carlos Leite. We'll take a look here. It looks like he was just trying to get keep from rear-ending these guys. He's got those tires locked up, trying to keep from rear-ending those two guys. They're side by side coming into the pits. The car breaks loose. He comes back out on the track, makes contact right there with the 0-2, and then hard into the wall. That's a little bit of a mess there, and Elder Mueller almost made it through, but man, that was a tough break there for him. This is Elder Mueller, and he's going to see this car hedge back out on the track. He's thinking, oh my heavens, and he gets caught and smacks the wall right there. Board here with Carlos Leite as you see he's closing in on these guys, and he gets on the brakes. He comes back out on the track and smacks the wall there. See melee ensue behind Jose Carvalho. So take a look at Benor Silva here. Benor Silva's view as he's coming down, I think he's going to come off the track and come down pit lane here. He's going to pit this car. You see he comes off the track, and you're going to see Carlos Leite there. And again, it just lost the back end of that car. And then all heck ensued there. Those guys were fortunate that came into the pits. Were fortunate to have not gotten hit. And you know, it's another situation where you know, you're pitting under green, and you know, if you really haven't, you know, messed with your brake bias, you know, you can lock those tires up in a hurry, and or you know, if it's something where the brake bias is set too far to the rear, it may, you know, you may not feel like you're getting that car woed up, and you stomp on the brakes even harder, and you know, it really caused that car to come around. You see the 7 car there fainting like he's going to come in. He's taking the something out of the 17's playbook there. So Ed Palumbo right now so far has kept his car out of trouble, is our race leader. Now we're getting some guys coming into the pits here. Benor Silva, also Elder Mueller coming into the pits. Now Elder Mueller, you know, he's got some damage here. He's getting repaired. Benor Silva also coming down pit lane. You see Elder Mueller there on the inside on the right, and then here's Benor Silva coming by. He's up on the jacks here, making a pit stop. You see Elder Mueller also coming through in that 02 car. So as I was saying, it's, you know, one of those things where you really got to maybe think about, you know, it doesn't hurt to practice making pit stops under green, because you know, it is a little bit of a science there, I should say, to get the brake bias setting, front brake bias setting tweaked, so you don't lock them up. Also, you know, you're not throwing it back to the rear too much as well, so you got at least just the right amount of brake there when you press on that brake pedal, that it's getting the car woed up, but it's not breaking the tires loose. And also, you know, here braking, you don't brake really in the turns, so in some of these other tracks, it's definitely the stock cars when you're racing short tracks and you're heading on into the turn high speed and you're hitting the brakes. It's a fine line there between too much brake bias, or too much to the front, or too much to the back. There's just that sweet spot there. So it takes a lot of practice, and that certainly matters. A track like Talladega too, by the way, you know, coming off the track, high speed, really, really high speed, and then trying to get that car woed up before pit lane. It is a science there to have the right brake bias setting. And of course, you know, you can't discount those road tracks too, where you're doing a lot of braking and shifting and so forth. Again, you know, it's a sort of a sweet spot there, and every track's different. So looks like we got one chatter here with us tonight. What in the world? We got a chatter here. Let's see. I'll do a little refresh on my chat box there. Looks like Johnny Schick is joining us tonight. So, hey, Johnny. Thanks for joining us. We're on lap 30. Scheduled to go 70 laps here tonight. Take a look at the schedule here, getting the one to go. Of course, tonight, 70 laps here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and in 2 weeks, we're going to be back in action at Texas, man. What a great track, high speed, a little bit shorter track, obviously, but very, very fun track. Then on October the 25th, we'll be at Michigan International Speedway. We may even see 4 wide at that track. Homestead, also a great, great track for Indy cars. And then we're going to switch it up a little bit, little short track action on November the 22nd, and some road course action on December the 12th. So a very exciting schedule coming up here in IndyCar Brazil. And again, tonight's race is brought to you by IndyCar Brazil and TurnLeft TV. Thank you so much for joining us. And Palumbo is our race leader Eder Smagel has that car up to the 2nd position. Elder Mueller is 3rd. Jair Oliveira is in the 4th position. So the pace car is in. Again, single file restarts, and you can't pass on the inside line until you get through the turn. Pass on that outside, but can't pass on the left. Eder Smagel jumps that car out to the right. Maybe has aspirations of taking the race lead. Ed Palumbo guarding down on that bottom side. Eder Smagel up on that high line, and these guys getting by. Again, I think he's got a car that's just not up to snuff right now, because he had made some contact with the outside wall. Had to have the front wing on that replaced. So that Jack Daniels Chevy now back to the 6th position. Jair Oliveira has gotten that rear wing replaced and back out on track. Does he have anything here from this Honda for that 7 car? Now we got another caution flag. My heavens, man. As we were getting some drivers coming in here to serve their drive-through. The 09 was going to come in and serve his drive-through penalty. I'm sure he has a drive-through, because this is the 2nd time he's tried to do that, and there's been a caution flag, so he's got to be thinking, hey man, just at least let me get my drive-through served so I can get back on track, and then you can have a caution flag. So he's going to have to put that back to the next restart. And, you know, I don't know, Benor Silva might have gotten that. He's back out on track. He's in the 7th spot. He might have gotten his served. So Benor Silva in the 87 car. He's had a tough break there. I know we had a drive-through. Ed Palumbo is the race leader here. Kind of curious to see how this shakes out. Looks like Benor Silva is going to be able to get around there and get back on the lead lap. That's good news for him. We'll see what happened here. Carlos Leite having a tough night. Again, maybe trying to serve his drive-through again, and you see he gets on the brakes in this thing, breaking loose on him again. And doesn't look like he makes any contact with any other drivers there, at least for now. Kind of heard a little bit of contact there with the walls. He backs up. So the 54 there having a tough night, and again, go on board here, and you're going to hear this car break loose. Yeah, and actually that was a gear issue right there. It looked like he had downshifted a little bit too much, and it caused the back tires there to spin around on him, and breaks loose. Also another, it's already a loose car, but you know, you shift down into a little bit too low of a gear, and that will cause the RPMs to jump up, cause the back end of that car to come around. The tires break loose, and you're on ice skates at that point. So Carlos Leite certainly has had an eventful night. And he, I think, is just trying to serve his drive-through as well. He's probably just going to have to err on the side of caution, so to speak, and just play it very conservative when he tries to make that pit stop again under green. Ed Palumbo leading a lot of laps here under yellow. 35 laps in, so we are halfway. Like Jair Oliveira down on the inside, and I don't think he's faking this time coming in. I might be wrong, but he's got me convinced this time. So it does look like that number 17 sole drivers. Honda coming in, and Ed Palumbo just ahead also comes in. So he's our race leader. So the 50, or excuse me, I started to say the 54. That's what he races in the stock cars. Carlos Leite is the 54 car here in the in IndyCar Brazil, NASCAR Total. So you see the race leaders coming down pit lane. And Palumbo ekes on by there in the 7 car, the 17 of Jair Oliveira. Here's the 87 of Benor Silva. Got that caution flag served, the drive-through served, and he's good to go, I think. This is Ed Palumbo coming back out on track. Benor Silva had a good pit stop there. And Jair Oliveira, a little bit of an extended pit stop here in the 17 car. Well, that's going to hand over the lead to Elber Mueller in the 02 car. He's had a little bit of contact with tonight. The 54 car there, and that first incident coming down pit lane broke loose, came back out on the track, or he got on the binders there and broke loose, come back out on track and made a little bit of contact right there, I think, with the 02 car. So I'm not sure how much damage the 02 has, but he at least has some, I think. You see some guys peeling off the track, coming down pit lane. Speed is kind of fast here, so the caution laps don't seem like they last that long. Of course, it's from my perspective and not the driver's perspective. I think sure they're probably like, oh man, this is boring. Hey, you want to check out a great race? Check out the September 8th broadcast of the Steve Freeze Memorial 400. I knew this guy for a long time. He actually kind of really helped me cut my teeth in sim racing back in 2001, and just doing some pickup races with High Octane Racing League on Saturday nights, and he really took this to another level. Certainly left us far too soon. So we run a memorial race for him every year. Stock car sim racing now sort of taking over the reins of High Octane Racing League. And, it was a great one. We did 400 miles there in honor of Steve Freeze at Michigan International Speedway, his favorite track. And definitely one you want to check out. That's on YouTube and was broadcast live right here on TurnLeft TV. Steve was really one of the most patient guys, and really, I remember one time we were racing an IROC race, and I had painted all of the cars for the IROC series. See these guys coming off the track, Edelson Carnero, Elber Mueller coming off the track. Painted all the cars for the series. Started on the outside pole. Steve was on the inside, and we were racing at Indy. Took the green flag, and coming into turn 1, I made a little contact with him and put him in the wall, and he had some damage there. And, most guys would have sort of blew up, but Steve was just like, it's okay, man. I was just hoping for a little bit better race for me tonight. But and he just had a way of, kind of letting you know that things didn't go quite his way, and yeah, you messed up, but in a way that was really more of a consoling and sort of a helpful, hey, this is probably the way I would have driven this corner, and maybe a little bit too early to race that way, but it's all cool. We're not mad, and let's work on getting a little bit better together and so forth. So he had so many great things at the HORL and trucks and modifieds, and we did Trans Am series, we did a Busch series, we did of course what is now the Sprint Cup, but at the time it was the Winston Cup series. There were just so many things that we were doing throughout the week, not just on, say, Friday and Saturdays, but throughout the week. Just different types of race series, and really Steve was the guy who carried the torch there. So we got the pace car in, and Ed Palumbo has the race lead. Ben Orsilva, that 87 car there on the outside line, sniffing around like he wants to get around here. So Jair Oliveira also in the mix. So Ed Palumbo is the race leader. Certainly not running away from these guys. Oh, a little bit in the grass right there. That 7 car, the 87 now, gets a run. Also, the 17, they're 3 wide. They are 3 wide here. Is that going to work? Ed Palumbo backs off here, wisely backs off as Jair Oliveira gets by as well. We're on board here with Edders Magel as he's watching this action. That 82 car running into 4th position. Oh, man, that was some action right there, boys. Take a look at this pass here as Ed Palumbo gets down in the grass. The 87 sees that opening down on the inside line, gets by. You see the 17 going by there as well, 3 wide there. So hard racing. Ben Orsilva in the lead, the 17. Jair Oliveira in 2nd position. Ed Palumbo is 3rd. Jose Carvalho working on the inside line there of Edders Magel and gets by, takes over the 4th spot. Edders Magel now back to 5th. Tell you what, man, these guys here have are serving their drive-thrus. Finally, man, they're getting to see Elder Mueller and Carlos Leite. Also, looks like Edson Luis maybe as well. Serving that penalty. Oh, look at Ed Palumbo here. Gets a run. Oh, man. Tell you what, Jair Oliveira trying to block that move. The 7 car gets by. Takes over the 2nd position. 17 of Jair Oliveira all over the back of that 7 car. These guys have raced a lot of laps together. Really not here in the Indy cars, but more in stock cars. But they know each other pretty well. Jose Carvalho here now trying to catch up to Jair Oliveira. Not sure what's going on with Jair Oliveira, but he has lost some time. So that 99 car getting by. Now remember, Jair's got a little bit of wing damage that he had repaired. So he is probably, at least in the long run, not going to be quite as effective. And we're back up here with the 7 car. He's trying to close in on Ben Orsilva. How about Ben Orsilva, man? He had tried so many times to get that lap back, to do his drive-through. Oh, man, he gets loose there coming off the turns. You see that? That car came around, and he was all but wrecked right there. 87 car. How many times have we seen this guy win races? Jose Carvalho down on the inside of Carlos Leite, who has served that drive-through. He's in the 8th position. But, Jose Carvalho shown in 3rd. Gotten around Jair Oliveira. Clearly in 3rd now. Jair now back to 4th. 17 car. And again, this setup is tough, man. It is loose. And you're seeing these guys trying to hang on to this thing as they're coming around the turns. Back up here with Ben Orsilva. Coming down the backstretch. See Ed Palumbo just behind. See here and get an idea whether this car's stepping out here a little bit. This is where we're seeing it. And I don't see too much counter steering going on there. So it seems like Ben Orsilva, whatever adjustments he's needed to make, he seems like he's made them. Ben Orsilva is the race leader here on lap 45, scheduled to go 70 laps. So he's getting around lap traffic there. I believe that is Elder Mueller coming off track here, down on that access road, making pit stop. So Ben Orsilva Right now about a 2-second lead over Ed Palumbo. And I was talking earlier about how many times have you seen this. Oh man, and see there, right there again, loose. How many times have you seen this guy rise back up from adversity? You know, he was in a situation where he was serving a drive-through, tried a few times, finally got it served, got out just ahead of the race leader, just ahead of him to keep from going a lap down. You see, he fights it to keep it off the wall right there, and able to come back around. And I'll tell you what, he's having a little bit of connection issue right there. It looked like more connection issue for Bernard Silva, and that's not good for him. He's having some serious connection issues. Look at Ed Palumbo here and see how his connection is, but it looks like Bernard Silva has gotten it figured out up there. As I was saying, he does look like he's having a little bit of a boogered up connection right now. So he's gotten out just ahead of the race leader to keep from going a lap down. The caution flag comes out, and then he gets to drive all the way back around, catch up to the pack, and then makes his pit stop, and he's back in the game. That's just when things are going right for you. Now it looks like he's coming off the track here, and I don't know what's going on. Not sure what's happened there, man, but something has happened with the 87 car as Ed Palumbo gets by. Might be a connection issue going on for that 87 car here as the 7 car now back to the race lead. As we were just talking about Bernard Silva, and you see Jose Carvalho's now gotten by as well. Jose Carvalho gotten by here. And that car's coming around on him, and he catches it, man. He catches that car. How about that? Oh, my gosh. That 99 car, that is some driving right there. He caught that car. I can't believe he was able to catch that thing. We have got to watch this. This is on board here with Jose Carvalho in the 99 car, and watch this counter steering right here as this car's going to try to come around on him. All right, so he takes the lead here. He's coming around across the start-finish line, and coming through the turn up here, this car is going to try to break loose on him. Look at that. I got counter steering. He is sideways right there. My heavens, man. That is some driving by the 99. How about a great driver Jose Carvalho is. Bernard Silva does get by. We'll take a look at this again. So you see he gets by the 87 car. The 87 still trying to get things back in gear here as he had some connection issues. And now Jose Carvalho's taken over that spot. But then coming down the front stretch, entering turn 1, through turn 1, coming off into the short chute, this thing is sideways. Look at this. This thing is all but wrecked right there. And how he holds on to this, I have no idea, man. That is just some great driving right there by the 99. Man. So he has somehow gotten this thing back underneath him. He is still in 3rd position, but he has got to be wiping some sweat off his brow. That is unbelievable. Headers Magel here coming off track here. So he's had a tough night. He had made some contact earlier in the night. I think the 02, maybe the 09 there. I can't remember who it was that gotten into Headers Magel. He was up on the outside line, had some front end damage, wing damage, and gotten repaired, but he has not been able to dig himself out of the hole here. Ed Palumbo here in the 52 car has about a 7-second lead over Bernard Silva. We have 18 laps to go. Jose Carvalho shown in the 3rd position. Jair Oliveira is 4th. Edelson Carnero is 1 lap down in the 5th position. Headers Magel on pit lane in 6th. Elder Mueller shown in the 7th spot. Edelson Carnero here right now shown in 5th. He is 1 lap down. No lucky dogs in the IndyCar racing, so race your way back onto the lead lap. I suspect we're going to see some pit stops happening here pretty soon. The 7 car here is the race leader. And I had a chance to talk to Ed Palumbo in the practice session, and he really did talk a lot about how careful you have to be with this car, because definitely early in the run, this thing is loose. And, you know, Ed's one of those guys, and I said it about some of these other guys too, but I've raced with Ed for a long time, probably, you know, somewhere on the order of about 20 years we've raced almost. Well, I guess not quite 20 years, but definitely I'd say 16, 17 years we've been racing together. And he's raced a lot of different types of cars, and he's a guy who can get in the driver's seat just about anything and be competitive. And, you know, when he says he's got a loose race car, you know, that's a loose race car, because he's pretty much used to everything. And you see the car does want to spin around there just a little bit. You can see the back end of that car stepping out just a little bit. And it seems like it's like coming off turn 1 into the short chute, also coming off turn 3 in that second short chute there. That car kind of stepping out a little bit. And, you know, what do you do about that? Well, you know, you make sure that you're always coming off track here to make a pit stop here. As you see those brakes glowing, making a pit stop here. You want to make sure you don't speed. 87 car just behind, trying to close in, and Ed's going to be very, very conservative, I have no doubt. He's making pit stop. So the 54, excuse me, the 7, I keep saying 54 because that's what he races in the stock cars, and the 87 coming down pit lane. This could be the last pit stop for these guys here. We'll see. Hands over the race lead to the 99. Remember him? He was almost wrecked. And we may have a wreck here. As, he's coming off the track here. Jose Carvalho, but I think somebody's gotten into the wall there. It looked like Edders Mekel has made some contact with the wall. He's come off track. He has had a tough night here. Again, up in that outside wall and making contact right there. Oh my heavens, man, that's hard in the fence. And then back into the outside wall. This car is just jacked right now. Eder is going to have to buy us all some Jack Daniels tonight. Getting a lot of air time. We see this again. See coming off the wall, and then this is going to be some hard contact in that inside wall, and leaving some parts right there in the grass, and that's maybe the second wing he's lost. So no caution flag somehow. Now I just said it, and there's a caution flag. Oh my heavens! Oh, how in the world did that happen? I swear I didn't jinx it. I swear to you, I did not jinx it. The 7 car, I suspect, did not want to see that caution flag. So Ed Palumbo is the race leader. Benor Silva shown in 2nd. Edelson Carnero is 3rd. Jose Carvalho shown in the 4th position, and Jair Oliveira is 5th. All right, here on lap 58. Caution flag, and these guys had just made pit stop here, and actually pit stops sort of cycled around, it looked like. So we'll see what happened here. Looks like Carlos Leite might have come around And again, trying to come down pit lane, and that car breaks loose again on him. And 54 car here has had a rough night. And 54, again, it's a matter of, see here, maybe a, yeah, the car just breaks loose on him again. And tough break there for the 54 car. Brings out a caution flag. Take a look here. You can see, oh, you're going to see this thing just snap loose and just head to the right. So we're doing a slow-mo here. You see this car, see the tires are just spinning on that car right there. And smacking the wall. He was hard on the brakes too. So tough night there for Carlos Leite. So it's setting itself up for an exciting finish here. Again, 70 laps is the scheduled distance. There's no extensions here. I don't know if we do green, white checkers or not here. I can't remember, man. Well, I'll tell you what, can Ed Palumbo make it 2 in a row? Last race in Talladega, first race of the season. Ed Palumbo qualified third and led 21 of 70 laps and came away with the race victory. So Ed Palumbo, our points leader now, takes a big one at Talladega for the first race of the year. And IndyCar Brazil. Can he do 2 in a row? We'll find out right here on TurnLeft TV. Take a look at Ed Palumbo in here in the driver's seat. Look at that, man. Just a good-looking paint scheme. Who is the guy that did that? Oh, yeah, that was me. Spent a lot of time painting on Ed's car here, and not the greatest painter in the world. And look at that. TurnLeft TV right there. How about that? So Ed's always raced this mellow yellow paint scheme. Said he wanted to get that Sick Boys logo on there as well, so we got that on there for him. Kind of a plain, you know, just black and yellow, and throw some logos on there. But this is a skin. I mean, the template was a rough one to paint. It was just took a while to sort of figure it out. Well, we got her figured out here. Oh, JJ, what happened to JJ right here? This car's come off track here. We'll take a look here. This he's burning up the tires, something. I'm not sure what's going on there. And then this car smacks the wall. My heavens, man. So the 17 car, I'm not sure what was going on there. This car is, this tire is smoking here on this thing. So it wasn't on that replay right there, but I don't know what the heck happened. He was in the 4th position. Palumbo up front here, keeping his car out of trouble. Just behind him is Mr. Consistency, the 87 of Benor Silva. He is in 2nd. 3rd and 4th, those guys are on pit lane. Edelson Carnero coming around. You see those teammates right there coming around. Elder Mueller, Edelson Carnero. So Elder Mueller there coming down pit lane. It has been an eventful one, that's for sure. Ed Palumbo, can he make it 2 in a row? That's the question. Ben or Silva certainly going to have something to say about that. Now, Jair Oliveira is on pit lane here getting service, and he is going to get a rear wing and a front wing put back on that thing. He coming back out on track. Stays on the lead lap, but he's going to have to get on the horse here and catch all the way back up. We'll see how that car is. So remember, single file restarts across the start-finish line. We'll start lap 63, scheduled to go 70 laps. So can Ed Palumbo hold on for the victory? Does Ben Silva have enough speed to get around? Don't forget Jose Carvalho. That 99 car, he has been fast in those short runs. So here we go, the pace car is in. Across the start-finish line, we start lap 63. The 7 of Ed Palumbo is the race leader. Here we go. You can't pass on the left. Entering turn 1, you got to wait. A little backstretch. Ed Palumbo guarding that inside line. Ben Silva up on the outside has a little bit of help there, it looks like. Ed Palumbo here dropping back to the 3rd position. Jose Carvalho now up to 2nd, so looking out of the front of Ed Palumbo's machine. He's going to try to take that position back, so he's now moved back up to the 2nd spot. Ben Silva has taken over the race lead. That 87 car. I told you, man, he is a guy that just seems to be there at the end. So the 87 of Ben Silva right now is our race leader. Ed Palumbo back in 2nd. Jose Carvalho is 3rd. Edelson Carnero shown in the 4th position. Ben Silva is fast, man. Does he have enough to be able to hold off a charge by the 7 car? And don't forget about that 99 of Jose Carvalho. The 87 is fast, man. Now on lap 65. And 87 has been through a lot tonight. The 7 car starting to close in, and these guys are coming up on some lap traffic as well. They're looking out of the back of Ben Silva's machine as the 7 starting to look on the low side here. Ben Silva has to start thinking about guarding the low side, but also thinking about that lap traffic ahead. Is it going to affect these guys? I see Carlos Leite, that 54 car just ahead. Also Jair Oliveira as well, so coming down the front stretch. These guys ducking down to the inside line. Ed Palumbo trying to get around as well. In fact, Ben Silva was able to get around a little bit easier than Ed Palumbo. So the 87 of Ben Silva now stretching back out that lead. How about Jose Carvalho in the hunt here as well? Trying to close in on the 7 car. The 7 extending his lead over the 99. Ben Silva going around Jair Oliveira in that 17 car. So weaving through lap traffic. The 87 car now has a little bit of a cushion. Ed Palumbo going to try to get by the 17 here. Cannot get by the 17 car. 17 moving down to the inside line to let the 7 car go by. That might be the cushion that the 87 car needs. So Ed Palumbo had a little bit of trouble there getting around Jair Oliveira, and has held him up. Here on lap 67, starting lap 68. So 3 laps to go. That lead is 2.2 seconds. Ed Palumbo chipping into that lead a little bit. Down to 2.1 and down to 2. Does he have enough time? So Ben Orsilva. Orsilva is the race leader. Looking out of the back of his car, you see Ed Palumbo. Does he have enough time to be able to close in? It's one thing of catching the 87. It's quite another to be able to get around him, pass him. Down to 1.7 seconds. 2 laps to go. Ben Orsilva. Adversity. 1.7 seconds, 1.8 seconds. Now it's up to 2.1. Ed Palumbo is falling back here. So that lead's starting to stretch out here. Not sure what's going on with Ed, whether he's had some contact with the wall, but it looks like Jose Carvalho looking to make a pass there. So those guys racing for position. Oh, the 99 making contact with the wall. Certainly going to help Ben Orsilva out as these guys falling back 3 seconds back on the last lap. 1 to go for the 87 car. And I'll tell you what, man, he has risen from adversity. Had a lot to deal with throughout the race and has risen to the challenge. And I was talking about that earlier, man, how good the 87 car is at just keeping himself in the hunt. Get a 2.6 second lead over Ed Palumbo. Just 2 turns to go here at Indy. The 87 of Ben Orsilva. Ed Palumbo in second. Jose Carvalho in third. Oh, a little bit of a loose right there. 87 car a little bit loose. 1.4 seconds. Can he hold on down the straightaway? Is Ed Palumbo closing in? Ben Orsilva holds on to take the race win. My heavens, man. So great job. Ed Palumbo finishes in the second position. And man, he got a little bit loose off the turn, and I thought, my heavens, he's lost this thing. Ed Palumbo has a shot and almost caught him. As we catch a screenshot there and a little bit of a delay. I apologize for that. It's kind of the nature of the beast, so to speak. So the 87. Ben Orsilva comes away with the race victory. Is he going to do a burnout? Do they do burnouts here? It looks like he may get himself a burnout in here. So congratulations to the 87. Yeah, he's going to do one. I just have a feeling he's going to do one. Come on now. Oh, there we go. We get a good screenshot. So great job to Ben Orsilva. Seen him win a lot of races and some championships. So puts another one under his belt. And who doesn't want to win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway? So great job to Ben Orsilva. Just a guy that stuck with it, man. And that is a good example of how important it is to just keep plugging away and keep yourself in the hunt. And that's exactly what Ben Orsilva did. So we'll see if we can't get him up here in Victory Lane with us to do a little bit of an interview. So Ben Orsilva is our race winner. Ed Palumbo finishes in the second position. See, Jose Carvalho battles back for third. Edelson Carnero fourth. Jair Oliveira finishes in the 5th position. Elder Mueller is 6th. Carlos Leite finishes in the 7th position. Eders Mago is 8th. Edson Luis finishes in the 9th position. And Julio Caligare is 10th. So again, we'll see if we can get our winner up here in victory lane with us. So what an eventful race, and we'll see if we can't get those folks up here in victory lane with us. All right, Benoit Silva comes away with the race victory. Congratulations, Benoit.
Heath.
Parabéns, Benoit.
Obrigado, valeu. Foi legal a corrida, foi divertida. Tive um incidente com o Jair ali que não era para ter acontecido, então foi uma vitória, mas a vitória não tão boa assim.
Thank you, AJ, and thank you all. There was a very good race. We have very fun, but we're sorry because we have an incident with Jair Oliveira that could not be happening.
Well, it looked like that maybe he had a drive-through penalty that he was trying to serve. Benoit, I'm kind of wondering if you were trying to serve a penalty and the caution flag came out and you didn't get to serve that, and then when you did, it looked like you were almost a lap down, but able to stay on the lead lap.
Falou que você também teve um pênalti de um drive-thru também, Benhor. Você chegou a pagar esse drive-thru?
Sim,
acho que você estava tentando, né?
Eu tive a punição, um stop and go, na real. Um stop and go que eu tive. E tava tentando pagar e eu consegui pagar, e na hora que eu tava saindo do pit, deu uma bandeira amarela, então eu não tomei volta. Levei sorte nessa. E foi isso.
Yeah, that's it. He was serving a stop and go penalty, and when he was leaving the pit, entered the caution again, and then he doesn't. He stayed on the lap leaders.
Talk about the setup for this car. It looked like it was really loose, and you had a lot of oversteer.
Yes, he was very, very difficult to drive, and we all have many trouble. And I have 2 incidents because entering the pit, I have a spin in the pit entrance. So in the exits of the turns, we already have in this issue too. I don't know if you understood, but it was very difficult to drive today.
Did the car, was it easier to drive as the tires started to wear out a little bit? Because it seemed like drivers were having most of their oversteer early in a green flag run.
Yeah, but the most difficult challenge was the tires, really. And we have many trouble with the temperature of the tires.
It seems like Benoit Silva gets himself, he may find himself in back a little bit sometimes, but he never loses confidence. He always seems to be able to get back to the front and potentially win a race. What a great driver he is shown to be.
Estava dizendo que muitas vezes ficou mais atrás, né, no fundo do pelotão, e mesmo assim perseverou, né, teve confiança para poder ir para frente e ganhar a corrida. Fala que isso é realmente um grande piloto por ter permanecido com essa confiança para ganhar a corrida.
Obrigado, Didi. Não estava confiante por essa corrida, o carro está muito difícil. Então, eu fui levando, fui pegando a manha do carro durante a corrida, quanto tempo o pneu gastava, ele saía mais traseira. Tava complicado andar com esse carro. Errei umas 2, 3 vezes que eu cheguei a perder a posição. Mas no fim deu tudo certo, consegui levar o carro pro final.
Yes, the car was very difficult to drive. He is saying the same thing, and he wasn't so confident to win this race. Almost the time he was in the back of the pack to try to serve the penalties, but expecting no more cautions. But at the end, everything goes well to him, and the one is the prize.
Well, he came into tonight's race in 4th position in points. How does he feel about the next race at Texas, about moving up the points standings even more with the Texas track?
Você entrou com, acho que em 4º lugar no campeonato nessa corrida, e com a expectativa para Texas, que possivelmente você pode até ser líder já, né? Ou disputar a liderança.
Não sei se eu vou ser líder, mas eu acho que eu provavelmente não vai ser. Provavelmente eu vou tomar uma punição também nessa corrida. Até que vamos treinar, vamos ver o que vai acontecer lá também. Espero ir bem lá também para poder sair líder do lado do campeonato.
We will try to practice very much in Texas to try to gain some more points, because in this race of this night we will have some penalties in the points because some incidents. So this qualification of the night is not official; it's an extra-official result.
Well, what a great race it was to watch Benor come back from adversity and come away with the race win. And good luck to you the rest of the season. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you at Texas up front again.
Congratulando você novamente, dizendo que foi uma boa corrida e que espera ver você na frente de novo em Texas.
Muito obrigado, valeu, Heath. Agora vamos mandar um abraço pro Gardena também, que tá trabalhando essas horas. Dá uma chamada nele para ver se ele não falta mais também.
We have to say thank you to Sylvain Gardena because he wasn't here tonight, but we know he was working. We expect he in the next race. So thank you, Heath Johnson, for broadcasting. Thank you to Sylvain Gardena to let us here race here. And I have to say I'm sorry about this race. So many cautions, but this is the race.
Well, I got something to describe Benor Silva. We say when somebody is really calm and patient and doesn't get rattled, so to speak, we say that they are cool as a cucumber.
I'm sorry, he's a cool as?
Cool as a cucumber. Do you know what a cucumber is?
I know what it is, but I'm not remembering now.
Well, you'll have to look it up. I'll have to message you, but hey, thanks so much, Carlos, and we'll see you at the next race. Thanks for translating as well. You're one of the nicest guys out there, so thank you.
Thank you, and good night. Thank you all.
All right, that is Benor Silva and Carlos Leite joining us up here in the booth. So thanks so much to them for coming up and joining us here tonight on TurnLeft TV. Congratulations to Benor Silva. Of course, you know, the race is going to be reviewed by the admins, and they'll be looking at caution flags and so forth. But you know, he really did not get rattled. He sort of kept his composure, and as in America we say, he was as cool as a cucumber. That means you know, he was calm, cool, collected, and didn't really let things, the adversity, get to him. He just kept plugging away and got himself back up to the race lead. And I told you, man, I told you early in the race when I saw that he was having, you know, a few issues there, that don't count this guy out, because he finds a way to get up front. You know, Ed Palumbo, anytime you're able to get around and outrace Ed Palumbo in the closing laps, that's saying something. Because I've seen Ed run a lot of laps there, and you can't discount the race that Jose Carvalho had too. He got himself back up there up front, and was able to, you know, really, you know, for the most part, stay out of a significant amount of trouble. I mean, everybody had a little scrape here and there, but you know, he kept his car in the hunt and got himself up there, a third place finish. That's a good finish for him. Edelson Carnero again finishes in the 4th position, and Jair Oliveira with really all of the issues that he had tonight, you know, finishes in the 5th position. So, you know, what a eventful race, that's for certain. The setup was really challenging. It was a loose setup. You know, again, a lot of oversteer, and it seemed like some guys were having a lot of trouble coming off the track, coming down pit lane with, you know, shifting gears, downshifting, and the car breaking loose, or even the braking of the car, the brake bias setting of the car seemed to break the tires loose there and get some guys, you know, having some issues. Well, I tell you, you know what we have coming up is we talked about Texas Motor Speedway. That's going to be a high-speed track. It's a high-banked, high-speed, you know, kind of like that cookie cutter track. You know, got that coming up on the October the 11th. 70 laps there at Texas, and then Michigan International Speedway, 100-lapper there on the 25th of October. I think it's a 100-lapper. It may be 70, but I'm pretty sure it's 100. Homestead, Miami, on the November the 8th, and then Iowa Speedway, some short track action on the newly released Iowa Speedway there on the 22nd of November. Cleveland comes up on the 12th of December, that road course to finish out the season. So that's what we have coming up here in NASCAR Total IndyCar Brazil. So this would be the IndyCar Brazil side of things. Well, don't forget, coming up on Friday in the Bushwhackers Series, there'll be a Las Vegas Motor Speedway for race number 3 in the 235-lap heat races and a 70-lap feature race there in the Bushwhackers Series. Thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. Congratulations to Benor Silva, the race victor tonight. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. We out of here.